What it do, it's you know who. I am 3/4 Monster, and you are watching another new episode of the Pwnzone. And in this game, I am playing Call of Duty Ghosts. And last week on Pwnzone, I said that I would bring you guys gameplay of the gun that I suggested you use. So, I am using the Vepr, not Vector, but Vepr, with a silencer and a foregrip on it. And I used the IED as my choice for explosives. And sooner or later here, I'm going to start experimenting with C4 because there's a guy just standing there. Because grenades are pretty much worthless in this game. I've come to like the IED because I can always count on it getting me a kill. It's almost impossible not to get a kill with it as long as you stay alive. And it's down in a high traffic area. There's really good odds that it will get you a kill. So you can see I'm coming back around, and I've started to do really well in this game in Team Deathmatch. I'm kind of hitting my stride, I guess you would say. I'm probably averaging around 20 and 4 every game, somewhere around there. 20 kills, 4 deaths, something around that crazy numbers. And yeah, you could say it's probably connection for the most part, but I've really come to hit a groove on most of these maps. There's still a few maps that I really don't care for, and the reason I think I'm starting to hit my groove so much on these maps is because I'm figuring out the enemy spawn, which we all know is kind of broken this game, but I'm figuring out how the enemy likes to be spawned in. So what I figured out is there's usually 2 or 3 spawns on every map, right? And once you get into the enemy spawn, the enemy will just continue to keep spawning on you, more so than in any other Call of Duty game.
Trinity Rocket available.
And another thing I've learned is when you die, you must be aware that you could be spawned into the enemy spawn. That is a huge thing to be aware of. So you can see on this game I'm running the Trinity Rockets, the Battle Hind, then the Hello Scout, or not the Hello Scout, the Hello Pilot. There's a difference. I don't know how I didn't hit any single one of those guys. The Hello Pilot is the one where you actually control the actual chopper, the gun of the chopper and everything. So, back to what I was saying about the flow of the game and really learning the map knowledge pretty well. I stick to the edges. I've always done that in every single Call of Duty. I work my way around the edges of the map. And I've started to figure out, oh, I didn't realize that was an enemy. He had a teammate's name above his head, and it just in the background of it screwed me over. But anyways, I didn't realize, or no, what was I talking about? Oh, I was talking about the flow of the map and going around the edge of the map. So I figured out where my cut-throughs are on most maps, and I figured out the enemy spawn, and I figured out how they just continue to spawn enemies with you. The big thing about doing well in this game is, well, in any Call of Duty game, playing Team Deathmatch, is when you just be prepared that if you die, you are going to be in an environment where you are not protected. That's huge because most other Call of Duty games, if you die, you spawn in on Team Deathmatch, you spawn in around teammates. There'll be like 2 or 3 teammates around you, you spawn in and you're in a comfortable area, you can re-get your bearings. But in this game, the spawns are so broken that you have to be aware that there could be an enemy next to you. The game continues to spawn people on top of people and in bad areas. And that might go to lending itself to the bullet damage being so high that the game spawned you where your teammates were. Let's say that maybe they just died and your teammates were there. Oh, look at this. Guy just sitting there, comes alive, kills me.
Enemy SATCOM spotted.
Stupid. So again, work the edges of the map and be aware of spawns. Once you start figuring out the spawns, you'll start figuring out you don't need to know exactly where the enemy's going to spawn. You don't need to know that they're going to spawn in this exact specific location, but you need to know the general map area that they will spawn. So you figure the enemy's going to be spawning over on this side of the map. Say you divide the map up into quarters, even though these maps are so huge. Let's see if I do any better with this Trinity Rocket. Yes, sir. Divide the map up into quarters. 1 quarter, 2 quarter, 3 quarter, 4 quarter, and just predict the enemy spawns in certain quarters of the map, and just know where to look. I'm gonna go on to giving you guys a little bit of advice for the Trinity Rockets. So sometimes they're terrible, sometimes they're not. You see, the first time I dropped them in this game, I got absolutely nobody. The spread on the Trinity Rockets is so small, tiny. So you have to be pretty picky with who you're shooting them at. So my suggestion for you is, when you're dropping them, the 2 rockets that you can fire off beforehand are their AI guided. So when you shoot them, the computer will take control of them and try to drop them into the enemy's lap. But since the spread on the rockets is so small,
Enemy SATCOM spotted.
go for the guys that aren't moving. Go for the guys that are just sitting out in the open that aren't moving. Or if they are moving, say they're running off of a spawn, try to hit the guys that are the most wide open. Try to hit the guys that don't have a lot of crap around them. And then for the big rocket, don't boost it down. By the time you get to the big rocket, because you should be using them, kind of pacing yourself with them. You know, shoot 1 rocket, count 1, 2, shoot another rocket, count 1, 2. You know what I mean? By the time you get to the big rocket, you shouldn't even need to boost it down. Oh, shit, a 3-piece. By the time you get to the 3rd rocket, it should just fall down into the lap of somebody. It should be that close to the ground. So this game was pretty much just ownage, straight ownage, with the class that I suggested you guys use.
Good job. Report to command for debrief.
And give you guys a few tips. I'm gonna throw another gun out there for you guys to try out now. Try the Vector with muzzle brake and a grip on it. That is my new assault rifle, even though it's in the SMG class. Anyways, if you guys enjoyed the vid, as always, I will catch you next time. Peace.